Hi everyone, this is your reading for March the 28th, and it's for Aries, first sign in the zodiac. Um, yeah, bold and brave. So we'll get straight into your reading. This is a general reading, so take what resonates. And that's it. I'm just going to jump straight in and see where we get to. So let's have a look, guys. We have the Two of Wands, Pioneering card. Crossing that, you've got Temperance. In your recent past, we've got the Three of Wands. It's great to see. Move that up there a little bit. Near future, we've got the Ace of Wands. This is going really well so far, people. Then we have the Root of the Matter, Page of Wands. We have the Nine of Pentacles. This is fabulous. I wish I got a reading like this. Libras don't get readings like this. Six of Cups as your situation where you are. Hopes and fear. How others see you. The Nine of Cups. Then hopes and fears. Ten of Swords. And finally, your outcome is the World. And bottom of the card theme for the reading is Judgment. What a great reading. What an absolutely fantastic reading. I wish I'd gotten this reading. This is just wonderful. So let's start with the two. The two is the Pioneering card. It's about setting a thing in process. On the negative side, it sometimes means should I stay or should I go? And there you've got the bees all around this globe here mining its resources, but you've gone ahead and found another place, that's got all the stuff you need. So it's about jumping in with both feet and going somewhere new. This Temperance card, on the one side she's got poppies and flowers, and on the other she's got swords. It's all about balance. It's literally, there's a spot varnish on there, I'm not sure if we'll see in this light. Just about see it on the card. There you go. It's a yin and yang symbol above her head. It's just finding that balance. And again, which is part of the Judgment card, isn't it? There's no point ruling the world if you do it by crushing everyone you meet. And there's no point sitting in a corner and wailing about how it's not all worked out for you when you didn't do anything about it. So it's finding the balance. It's temperance and mercy. I think, temperance comes after judgment. Yeah, so it's. I mean, temperance basically sits opposite the devil, and it's about the devil's all about drinking to excess, whereas temperance is literally that. It's like, well, maybe a glass of wine. There's nothing wrong with that. A bottle of wine, there is. But anyway, you've got the Pioneering card in your situation. Your recent past is the Three of Wands. Loads of Wands cards in here, and this is about seeing what you want from a great distance. This bird is, accurately dives around to get that fish, and it's in a more traditional Rider-Waite deck. There is a man holding a staff and the world in his hands, and he's watching the whole. He's planted two staves, hasn't he, in the ground, and he's got one in his hand, and it's about your ship setting sail and entrepreneurship and going out into the wider world and getting what you want. So that's a really powerful card. And you've had that in your recent past. In your recent future, though, you've got the Ace of Wands, which is all about creativity and a new start and the confidence and the excitement of doing that. So there's a really powerful run through on here, and that's backed up by this, which at the root of the matter is the Page of Wands, and she is jumping into. She's created a portal, and she's just going to jump straight into that. Doesn't know where she's going. Unexpected, exciting. Just that whole kind of joie de vivre of just jumping in there and see where I get to. And then the Head of the matter. I mean, this is a card of confidence and affluence. The cat's looking pretty like chill. There are prey around it that it's just ignoring. It doesn't need them. It's like, I've got everything I want. He's on a beautiful silk pedestal. Money's falling around them, and it's a card of class and confidence and style, but that understated stuff. You buy yourself a new car because you want a new car and you've worked hard for it, but you don't rub the neighbours' noses in it, and you don't drive around in some muscle car if what you needed was an SUV. You just buy a really nice SUV, and it's that kind of understated class. So it's a beautiful way to have your head in that situation. So you're in a great place. You've got a new exciting start coming up, and this card is the card of hang on, people, my screen's disappeared. There we go. This is a card of childhood and nostalgia. You know, you've got glasses filled with, we call them sweets here, Americans call them candies, but you know, they're delicious, but they're not a meal, they're not going to sustain you. But you know, if we look fondly upon our past and our childhood memories and how good everything was, with not at the detriment of the future, then that's a really nice thing to do. So it's lovely just to look on the past. So this is where you find yourself at the moment, sort of really nice and happy, and other people see you in a really great situation. Again, the Arctic fox is sat quite very similar to the cat on the 9 there. It's sat very smug and happy, not in a nasty way. I mean, it's got everything it could possibly want. It's got money, it's got food, it's got red wine, it's sat on a bed of coins, it's got delicious apples. It's all about abundance and satisfaction and being deserved satisfaction. So that's where people are seeing you at the moment. So you've clearly done something really good for other people or really good for yourself, but you're not rubbing anyone's noses in it. You're not taking the higher ground. So people kind of look at you and go, do you know, that's really nice. Hopes and fears, you're worried it's not going to last. You're worried that the end is coming. You know, there's 10 swords. 9 of those birds are impaled, but the other one survives. And what it suggests is, however terrible the situation is, and this certainly isn't a terrible situation, however good a situation is, it will end. The thing about tarot and about our lives, it's cyclical. Everything ends, you know. But you can see the sun is coming up. Hope remains. We start again with a brand new chapter. And that's exactly what's happened here. In your outcome, you have the world. So there's the woman holding the world in her hands. She's got the butterflies, feathers, plants, and fish for the 4 signs of the tarot. She has the wreath above her head that the Fool is wearing in the traditional tarot deck. So it kind of comes full circle. And again, in the traditional Rider-Waite deck, there's a portal that you're kind of stepping through. So this is the last card in the Major Arcana. So in terms of the Fool's journey, he's gone all the way through these adventures with the Major Arcana. He's met the devil, he's met the lovers, he's seen temperance, he's been judged, you know, so he's had all those things and he's come out the other side. And then you go, you've completed it, you know, the world is your oyster. But once it is your oyster, then where'd you go from there? They once asked, I think it was the guitarist in Pink Floyd, David Gilmour. He said, "You always want to be rich and famous as a, you know, in a band, but then you become rich and famous beyond your wildest dreams. Then what do you do?" And I think that's this. You know, you've had a fantastic situation and are in a fantastic situation, fantastic headspace. You know, you're looking on the past with fondness. You're jumping into a new adventure. You've got a brand new start. Will it ever end? Yeah, you know it's going to end, but it doesn't matter because the world turns. You know, we go back around and start all over again. And then the theme for the reading is really just the Judgment card here. And the Judgment card is just that. You will be judged. You know, make sure on the day of reckoning that you've done the right thing and you've been nice to people. But even though she's got a spear and she's pointing at someone, she's carrying a crown of thorns as penance, and she's pointing to a wound on her own body that's healing from previous misdeeds. So nobody's perfect. So let's keep that in mind as well. So I think next week, Aries, you're in for a fantastic week. The world's your oyster. Have an exciting time. You know, just keep a nice balance between the two, and you know, just luxuriate in where you are at the moment. So I think that's really important. Some weeks we have a great week, but we only remember the bad ones. I try and remember this week, next week, Aries. You're in for a real treat. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next week.